Alright, so what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, man. It's your boy, and I had to pop in today to show some love to my guy Miles Morales. As you can see, he got himself a brand new uniform, the Ancient Curse uniform. And seeing as though this is a seasonal uniform, I was expecting major changes for him, like massive buffs. But I gotta be honest, for 1750, a seasonal uniform that's not going to be discounted, this isn't quite it. Like, I love how it looks. They did clean up the playstyle. The playstyle in terms of how you proc with him is still the same. He's still, however, a CTP of Judgment, a CTP of Rage, or a CTP of Competition type character. He is now, however, a villain once more. So with this new uniform, there is the possibility that he might be better than Bullseye or Spider-Gwen, but that's up in here at the moment. However, what I have seen is that at tier 4 with a good build, he is very good as a striker, like as a tier 4 striker, as somebody that you would slot right here to buff your DPS for ABX and ABL. He's now up there with the likes of Ghost Rider and Black Widow. So if you want to buy the uniform for Miles to build him up to then use him as a striker for your ABX and ABL meta characters, that's an option, but that's a lot of crystals for most players to spend just to buff your tier 4 striker damage. So completely up to you guys if you want to do that, but do keep in mind that there are changes coming for ABX and ABL, possibly in the next main update. Whether that's 2 weeks from now or 4 weeks from now, we'll have to wait and see if they do 2 mid-months this time around. But what we're gonna do is take a look at his DPS between the two uniforms, Across the Spider-Verse and Ancient Curse. Like, if you want to use him as just a standalone character, is this a good idea? Right, we'll see, because the last uniform was very good. The playstyle was a bit sticky. Sometimes you get trapped in the 4th skill, that kind of stuff. However, the new uniform, it does require that you delay cancel the 3rd skill if you want to get the maximum amount of damage with him, so keep that in mind. And there's a little bit of a delay on the 5, but yeah. Anyways, let's see how we do in World Boss with him. I'm thinking whether or not I should swap him over to a Rage and then do some ABX/ABL testing against Gwenpool, since I did not and do not plan to tier 4 Bullseye, because there's only one day that you would need him for. Anyways, again, with new changes coming, we will have to wait and see. Let me just change up the strikers here right quick. All right, let's see how we do with that new. I like the 1 and 2 because they have little partial iframes that move you around, and I find them to be a lot safer than last time. And because there's a little bit of movement on it, it does help with hold on, let me just make sure I don't get caught up here. It does help with building up the judgment type thing. Very solid damage. But Miles is one of those characters that already had like really good damage from his last uniform, so it makes it so that they really have to do a little bit of work with him if they want to make him like super OP busted. But I don't know, I don't think they did that. I think they basically cleaned up the rotation a little bit and then made him a villain, and then they said, alright, that might be enough. And Miles is, in my opinion, a fan favorite, but you know, just in my opinion, like, I do love me some Miles. So they're like, we can sell off the strength of the boys. Just like, they definitely, at the very least, I'm gonna say this, should have given him a bigger heal. Like, the 20% was like a struggle to keep him alive sometime with the black suit. right? Like I know he has the elusive thing from his artifact and whatnot, and he has a little bit of damage reduction, but like they definitely should have considered buffing that heal to like 40%, and then that would have been like, all right, cool, selling point. But nah, they still kept it at 20, which I think is bollocks. That's just me. Is my boy about to run to the top side? Ah, he ran to the top. God damn it. Hate this move. This is my least favorite move that this guy does. Alright. We got it. We got it. Alright. Wow. It's gonna miss. Wow. That's crazy. We're right beside him and somehow it missed. Whatever. Okay. 221 with the white suit. Let's check out the black one. Let's go. Let's go ahead and wait for this guy. I wish you could get the tier 3 on the second rotation without needing to use the fourth skill. That would have been like a really good touch to the white suit, because it's always a little bit off with both uniforms. So it kind of makes it so that you can only get your tier 3 in the mix on the third rotation unless you like deliberately delay and just run around. I gotta be careful here. Damn, I got hit there. Alright, whatever. There we go. I like to save the co-op for when we're in danger, just because the heal is so small. So sometimes we need that little bit of safety from. Ooh, well, we got dragged out of the fourth killer. That is unfortunate. Not much we can do about that. We're a little bit behind. Okay. Get some damage off that co-op. Gotta be careful. Is he gonna run to the top? As you can see, we're a little bit behind. I'm gonna try and drop tier 3 at the top so that if he does run, we do have, there we go, and I used the co-op there. Oh, buddy. That was sticky. Uh-oh. That was close. I look like about to be about 30 seconds difference. Nothing crazy, but it does add up as you go further and further up. But for most people, a 30-second difference for almost double the crystals, depending on when you're buying the uniform. Like if you're buying it during like Black Friday or the anniversary, this uniform would be 50% off versus the seasonal one, which is always going to be $17.50. You know what I'm saying? It's a sticky situation, and like honestly, I think they should have gone further. Like, I don't know, man. Let me do another little run here, maybe against this guy. I don't want to take too much of y'all time, bro. Maybe go down to like freaking 19 or something. Yeah, let's do that and just run it right quick. See if there's a bigger difference. I don't know. I haven't seen anything crazy. Like from what I've seen, it's about 30 seconds, give or take, bro. Forgot to switch around the dealer thing, so I had to restart. Just because I want to give Miles as much time on the field as possible, because this is a speed test. So let's see. Yeah, where is the... Okay, come on. Got it. I said it before I had it, but sometimes you just have to close your eyes and imagine. So we pushed them down to 45 in under 30 seconds. That's 15 bars in 30 seconds. That's actually pretty good. This is why Miles is definitely one of them ones, bro. Now where's the light? Where's the light? All the way top. I'm gonna just let him rush up here because going back down there for him is just a waste of beeps. Alright, so I'm gonna let him drop this next light so that way he doesn't... Oh, come on. There we go. Because if I had hit him, he would have ran into that 30 bar phase thing early, and I didn't want that, because then this way we can push him even further beyond. There we go. We got him all the way down to 19. Solid. I was trying to get to like 15 because then I could have skipped this phase and push him all the way down to the other one. But it's okay. It's not really, but we're gonna cope. We're gonna cope. Cause now he's gonna do the. You see what I'm saying? This is where I wanted to have gotten him. Cause then we would have gotten to this phase, and then yeah, but unfortunately not. All right, let's go, buddy. There's a co-op right there just to save his life. And then go ahead and hit him one more time. We don't need the light. There we go. So 2:34 left on the clock. So we used about half that time. All right, let's see what we do with the red and white. Let's go. Where the light at? Got it. Yeah, we did a little bit more damage in about the same amount of time. About 2 bars. Okay. Where's the light? Okay, we got it. Well, we on that ass, boy. We got that light and got him down to 27. And that was a little bit of luck. Can't really change that, right? But let's see what we do. Damage is definitely superior with this suit, bro. Okay, where's the... Woo! I'm pretty sure we just died in that. Yeah, we died in that, but like, he was doing way more damage, bro. That's BS. The cutscene came at the same time that the meteor was coming. And there's literally nothing I could have done about it, bro. If the cutscene didn't hit me, I would have hit the co-op and we would have lived. That's some bullshit, bro. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up right here. My consensus is that this uniform is stronger It's just a matter of if you use the character, you want to make it more versatile, and you have the crystals to splurge on the boy. That's honestly what it's down to. I'll do some more testing with him, but that's my initial thoughts on the uniform for now. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.